Good morning. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. This is the news that we woke up to this morning. Fuck's sake, there's no sound. Oh man, wait till I do that again. God almighty. It's too early. I've been up far too early.
Celtic have rejected a bid, an improved offer of £17.3 million, 20 million euros for Arne Engels from Nottingham Forest. Celtic have told Forest that he's not for sale and that they hope that that is the end of the matter. So Celtic rejecting an improved bid of £17.3 million. Arne Engels played in midfield, didn't he, for Martin O'Neill yesterday against Falkirk? Could he make the step up? There's been a lot of talk about him in a Celtic shirt.
Yeah, can he make the step up is one thing, but Nottingham Forest are in a relegation battle themselves, right? And so is he the right one? Is it one of them where you need tried and tested in the Premier League at the moment?
They are desperate for midfielders under Sean Dyche, aren't they?
Yeah, and obviously he's clearly doing well for Celtic at the moment, but I agree with Charlie. It's like bringing in people from different leagues is at a moment in January, you almost want to go with the people that have got history in this league and have performed well already. I mean, you never know how long it takes for them to get up and running.
I love the disrespect from English football, considering Arne Engels has done it at the highest level for Celtic. He has done it. He's played in the Champions League. He's played in Europa. But yet, the disrespect from the English is always unbelievable. Let's just go over that one again because it was a bit low in the volume, some people are saying. We'll just get the...
Bit of breaking news to bring you now. Celtic have rejected a bid, an improved offer of £17.3 million, 20 million euros for Arne Engels from Nottingham Forest. Celtic have told Forest that he's not for sale and that they hope that that is the end of the matter. So Celtic rejecting an improved bid of £17.3 million. Arne Engels played in midfield, didn't he, for Martin O'Neill yesterday against Falkirk? Could he make the step up? There's been a lot of talk about him in a Celtic shirt.
Yeah, can he make the step up is one thing, but Nottingham Forest are in a relegation battle themselves, right? And so is he the right one? Is it one of them where you need tried and tested in the Premier League at the moment?
They are desperate for midfielders under Sean Dyche, aren't they?
Yeah, and obviously he's clearly doing well for Celtic at the moment, but I agree with Charlie. It's like bringing in people from different leagues is at a moment in January, you almost want to go with the people that have got history in this league and have performed well already. I mean, you never know how long it takes for them to get up.
But performing in the Europa, performing in the Champions League over the past couple of years is not high level. Anyway, that is your morning news this morning. That's cracking. What does that say? I'm just going to jump. That's cracking deal. Engels is absolutely garbage, not worth half that. Well, Martin O'Neill says he's worth 100 million, so that's been done with the comments this morning because it's just going to be madness. Anyway, that is the first part of your Celtic news today, that Celtic have rejected an improved offer. A £17.3 million, and Celtic have come out and said that he is not for sale. He isn't for sale. Who else might leave Celtic today? I'm just reading some of the comments on that. Yeah, Rangers fans say Raskin is better, but there's no bids coming for Raskin because he's shite. Anyway, 5 certainties that are going to happen today. There are 2 players who were on their way to Celtic late last night, and I wonder if Celtic will drip feed us with if Celtic will drip feed us today with players that have been signed, done deals, or if they will just get the three of the lads together and show them all at once. I think the Celtic way will be just to drip feed us bits of information as it comes out during the day to kind of just drag it out. We've had 2 loan signings in already during the January window. The first loan signing came in under Wilfred Nancy. That's how long ago. That's how long ago that we have waited for Celtic to make a move in this transfer market. Julian Arojo came in early on in the transfer window when the previous full-time manager, Wilfred Nancy, said that we needed players. Celtic went out and got the guy that he wanted and brought him into Celtic on loan until the end of the season. The Mexican with American accent. It was then followed up by Tam the Czech, who was brought in by Martin O'Neill. He looks like a player. He's came with an option to buy at 6.5 million. I think that that's one that Celtic will actually take up. Let's just hope that Celtic get that deal done quick in the summer and they don't wait to the last minute of the summer. I want to get him in and get him a good full pre-season with Celtic. There's something about Pierre Van Hooijdonk about him. He looks like a combination between sort of Pierre Van Hooijdonk and Chris Sutton type players. Just checking breaking news. So yeah, will we keep? I mean, there's also Sarachi who's on loan at Celtic, Loan Club FC this season. There is still Sarachi. There is talk about signing a Liverpool player on a pre-contract agreement. If Celtic are going to do that, they need to do that in the next sort of week or so, I would have thought. Or will he end up staying at Liverpool? But there is a couple of players on their way that we know of. Martin O'Neill confirmed last night that Junior Adamu, the Austrian national team striker, is on his way to Celtic from the Bundesliga side. And he comes with not a high goal scoring calibre. Is that to say that we're going to let a striker go out on loan? I mean, would you let, for instance, a player that Brendan Rodgers said that he was he thought about putting out on loan, but due to the fact that we couldn't get strikers in, we ended up keeping Johnny Kenny at Celtic. Would you put Johnny Kenny out on loan to get more game time and to sharpen up his game? Because let's face it, he needs to play weekly to see if he is going to make it at Celtic. He's a good lad. He does have a bit of a striker's touch. He does need to sharpen up. Could he have a long-term career at Celtic? I think that Johnny Kenny could still have a long-term career as a number 2, number 3 striker at Celtic, whether he wants to stay like that or not. The fact that we're bringing in a 24-year-old striker, it's only about a year older than Johnny Kenny, hasn't scored as many goals as Johnny Kenny over the last couple of years. Will Celtic be tested again? They're hoping that the 17.3 million offer for Arne Engels is the last one. And that's going to be an interesting one to watch, see if Nottingham Forest do come in with an improved offer. And then there is another winger that's been linked. Martin O'Neill says there's a stumbling block, but it's not dead in the water. Clubs have been unable to come to agreement for a 6.5 million deal. Will that happen today? This window is just screaming out for someone at Celtic to grab the bull by the horns and just say, just get the bloody deals done. Martin O'Neill is obviously frustrated personally with the way that transfer negotiations are dragged out by the hierarchy at Celtic Football Club. The previous manager he had had a couple of seasons of it and was and refused. The fact is this morning that by Celtic agree a loan deal for Junior Adamu, that is a deal done. Well, we kind of knew that last night, but it wasn't confirmed. But that is the breaking news this morning. Stumbling block are the board, yeah, we know the stumbling block are the boards. Let me just double check this. Stephen Welsh, he's the next one that needs to be taken care of today. I mean, Stephen Welsh, you could say that Stephen Welsh has been on the form of his life at Motherwell the first half of the season. Due to the fact that Celtic were short on players at the back, they recalled Stephen Welsh. They played him against Auchinleck Talbot, which meant, but the thing is, it's only about a week before they recalled Stephen Welsh. They did have that option until the 14th of January to recall Stephen Welsh. When Stephen Welsh was brought back, and Celtic the week before said that they were open to offers for Stephen and it wouldn't take a lot of money. They value him around about £800,000. Aberdeen were sniffing about, but they were put off by the price. They were looking at more around about 400 grand for Stephen Welsh. And will he be released again by Celtic? Huh. I'm sorry, I'm reading a bit of news talking about players with hamstring injuries, and then you've got a player that's worth over 100 million has a hamstring injury. That's a heavy wage one, that one, isn't it? Anyway, Stephen Welsh, will he go back to Motherwell on loan? That is the only club that Stephen Welsh can go back to. The fact that Celtic played him against Auchinleck Talbot, and then they played him again this weekend, purely out of need, and it shows you how bad the Celtic back line is. I mean, we're bringing in wingers, we're bringing in strikers. It's the department that you would obviously say that Celtic have the most players in. Celtic need to bring in a defender. If they do bring in one, will it be on loan or will they go and buy someone? Hopefully, we'll get that one resolved early on in the day so that it's not a late night. I'm hoping Celtic get everything done for about 6 p.m., to be honest. But if not, we will be here until the last minute. I can't see it there being a lot of activity at Celtic Park tonight. The fact that they've got two players in already. I think the third one will be done and dusted by around about 5-6 o'clock. Welsh is going nowhere unless we get another centre half. Yes, we know that. And Celtic just cup tied Welsh if he goes back to Motherwell. Maybe that was. He can't play against Celtic anyway. Do you know? So, anyway, Joel Mavuka is the Timu version of Mark Viduka, some are saying. Coming from League One in France. He's had experience, Bodo Glimt, and etc. We'll wait and see with that one. He plays off the right. Celtic do have Yang. Is there a chance that Celtic may sell Yang in this window? When you said 6 p.m. we nearly sparked my tear. Yeah, there's not much chance of there's not much chance of Celtic getting their deals done that early, is there? But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I don't know, is there, Desmond? I truly think the Engels story is about refusing such an offer, only a scam by our board to show they are doing it for the fans and the team. I think that Martin O'Neill come out and said, you've got, Martin O'Neill could come out and say it straight to the face of the television cameras, and a lot of Celtic fans online just wouldn't believe a word that he says. But anyway, moving forward, will Celtic, how many players, I think the big one to watch today is how many players will leave Celtic. I think that there could be as many as 3 players will leave Celtic this afternoon, this evening. The Mavuka one at 3 million is an interesting one because obviously he was a fantastic player at Bodo Glimt, and Celtic have obviously kept tabs on him since then. So it'll be interesting to see if he could find that forum that made him a £4 million sale from Bodo Glint. He's obviously not done it, but see this is a Martin O'Neill signing. This one, it's a definite Martin O'Neill signing because Martin O'Neill will looked at the facts that Martin O'Neill will have thoughts of when we brought in Chris Sutton. He knew that Chris Sutton was a good striker. Chris Sutton went to Chelsea, didn't have a great time at Chelsea, came to Celtic, was fantastic. This winger, Joe Mavuka, was a good player at Bodo Glimt, had a move, £4 million. It didn't work. It didn't work, so they looked to sell him on. And I think that that's where it gets really, really interesting. Let me just see if there's another one. Let's see. Celtic have agreed the loan for the forward Junior Adamu. Celtic are still working on an option to buy clause for the player. That's interesting. That's just breaking news just now. That's an update from Anthony Joseph from Sky News. The Austrian international is in the UK at the moment due to undergo a medical this morning. So that is another bit of breaking news this morning. Let's just add that one to the ticker along the bottom. I'll just add this in here. Let me just do this quickly. And we'll update that. That should update that in there. There'll be an announcement by lunchtime. I could see us bringing at least 4 players today, says Scott. You think so? Take the cash. A lot of people saying take the cash. Take the cash. I don't think Celtic will take the cash. But that is the update. Celtic have agreed the loan for Junior Adamu. It's understood that Celtic are still discussing details around a potential option to buy clause. Don't know. There we go. Anyone wanting just an exciting transfer window that no one expected the last day to make it more interesting? The slagging of Engels it's had from some fans on social media is uncalled for. We are asking for players to give them all. Well, yeah, exactly, mate. Do you know? I love everyone's a football manager. I don't know, everyone's a football manager, but like I say, I'll put my trust in Martin O'Neill more than anybody online. You know, a lot of people saying, take the fucking money for Engels, he's pish. Folks that have never kicked a ball in their life before. I'll trust Martin O'Neill on this one. But anyway, the good thing about it is the fact that if Celtic are discussing option to buy clauses with players, that's changed days from Paul Tisdale. Because remember, we fell short with a player, Adamu. Adamu was only valued at £3 million. And Celtic, wait a minute, there's news coming out of Germany. Let me just get this one.
Top sources, please check it, that Arsenal are exploring a surprising deadline day move for Sandro Tonali from Newcastle. And
No, it's not. Just waiting to see if there's any Celtic update coming out of Germany. So there's a lot of loan deals going on. It's an interesting part because I'm watching some of the deals that are coming through as done deals, and there is a lot of loan deals down in England happening. I mean, every single one in League One, loan deal, loan deal, loan deal, loan deal, undisclosed, undisclosed. But no, it's crazy to think that Celtic are grabbing around trying to do bargain basement hunting and at this late stage of the window. And there's players being released, players being signed on a free transfer. Unbelievable. There's 10 hours and 9 minutes left of the transfer window of deadline day. I will be around this morning for about an hour, and then I'll be around this afternoon for another hour or so, and then we'll do the deadline video later on. I'm not sure how long I'll be on for each one, but it will be giving us update on any impending deals that Celtic are about to make during the day. Let me jump into some of the cash. No point in taking cash for Engels, so we wouldn't spend it to replace him. Do you not think that we need Engels for the Europa? I mean, people are saying get rid of Engels. I take it that the majority of fans are just saying fuck it to Europe, where Martin O'Neill, Mark Fotheringham, and Sean Maloney are thinking get players in because we want to have a bash at Europe. It just seems to be interesting, and I wonder how many people that go to games. I wonder how many people that go to games actually are thinking, don't know, we might actually get a run to Europe here. Engels is too good for Scottish football. Why, as a fan, why would you take cash? So if no one's seen that, 17 million reinvested. Is it raining? Fuck me, it's just started pissing the rain. Engels will be more worse than that if he could do well against Stoke. There's a sensible comment at last. Do you know, there's a sensible comment. It would be worth way more than 17 million. If Celtic go on and if he does well against Stuttgart, which I expect him to do, he's played in German football before. He will want to show the Germans that, you know, you've missed out on a cracking player. That's what I think. Take the cash for what? To sit in the bank and pay millions. A lot of negativity this morning. A lot of you's feeling the Monday blues this morning, Monday feeling. A lot of you's got that hangover. You know, it's fucking Monday, it's deadline day, Celtic, Jesus. Can we just address something? The people who are freaked out about the original fee for Engels were wrong, weren't they? I am keeping that one to bring back. Exactly. Where's all the fucking 11 million waste of money? Pure raging at the fact of spending 11 million on Arnie Engels and Celtic go 17.3. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, that's a cracking one, mate. Where are those people now? Where are they? Oh, man, I've starred your original comment, mate, so I can bring that one back up. That is an excellent comment, Liam. Brilliant. Let me jump into some more of these. It doesn't really matter what Martin thinks. If they hit the board's magic number, he is away. I don't think so. I don't think so. Martin O'Neill's got more authority than Brendan Rodgers and Ange Postecoglou put together. And if Martin O'Neill says we need him for a run in Europe, he will not be sold. Because Martin would just pick up the phone to Dermot and say, I'm gone. And Dermot would then pull rank. There's a lot of negativity this morning, especially when the fact that I'm going to get Liam's one up again. That's a cracker. Many fans on these forums went on and on about how 11 million for Engels was an absolute disaster. Now they're proven wrong. But where have they gone? They should speak about why they were so wrong. A lot of them are saying take the cash, Liam. I think a lot of them now are take the cash. Yang and Engels are playing the best football under Martin O'Neill. Yeah. A lot of people said sell Engels. They've all gone quiet. Oh, Jesus. But Blackburn were trying to get. There's no way that that I think that's the deal that we need to look out for today. Because if there's any movement by Motherwell, to be tempted, I know that they've came out publicly and said that they're not interested in selling their player, but if they are tempted, Celtic have the carrot of Stephen Welsh. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy that we're using Stephen Welsh as a, a deal maker or a deal breaker, but I think that that's why Celtic have held on to Stephen Welsh so long, just to make sure that we can get if it's a big if, because let's face it, Motherwell are in a fantastic position in the league. Engels has been in this one. Engels has been that good. He's in and out the team. Their whole midfield are rank rotten. I'd rather have a 17.3 million rank rotten player than not. But Paul Birds have spoken. I think we need to keep him. I think we'll need to, I think we will keep him. Do you know? Michelle. What did you post? Celtic need to get their fingers back out and get that in the mix. Oh. Now, if that deal, right, where are you getting that on Twitter, Michelle? Is it about breaking news for?
Word Junior Adamu. It's understood the clubs are still discussing details around this potential option to buy clause. So it's to buy clause that they're discussing, but he's an Austrian international. He is in the UK. He's due to undergo a medical. Celtic have agreed this loan deal, just a few bits to iron out. But I might as well put you on the spot. Kevin, what do we know about him? Why would he be a good signing?
I think he could be. If you look at the guy that was at Salzburg and played in the Champions League, you thought, wow, this is a real rising star. And when he made the move to Germany, to Freiburg, that looked like a coup at the time. But he had an injury to start with. That made for a bit of a false start. He's had some good spells where he scored goals and you thought, now he's going to make that breakthrough. He's going to be consistent. Hasn't quite happened for him.
But we do have...
Where he scored goals and you thought, now he's going to make that breakthrough, he's going to be consistent. Hasn't quite happened for him. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper in that regard, but there's potential there.
OK, thank you very much.
Interesting one. That is the Celtic deal. Let me just jump on to... Nah, they're only exploring a possibility of the deal. Motherwell are asking for 3 million. If Motherwell were wanting 3 million, Celtic would give them the 3 million. They've been in contact with Motherwell over the past 24 hours to explore the possibility of a deal. To me, that doesn't say that that's going to happen, but you never know. It may just happen. But surely, at £3 million, if that deal was going to happen, Celtic would step in, offer them £3 million, offer them Stephen Welsh as part of the 3 million, or are Celtic going cheap? Or are Celtic going in going cheap and saying we'll give you 2 million plus Stephen Welsh, and Motherwell are going, no, we want 5 million. Or we want 3 million plus the player. I don't know. But I can't see Motherwell selling the player for £3 million. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It's going to be an interesting day, to say the least, because I think that if there's a chance, if there's an absolute chance for Celtic to get the young lad from Motherwell, Martin O'Neill did go and see him, but €3 million, about £2.5 million, isn't it? No chance at 3 million. No chance. I can see Forest coming back in with more money if they really want him. Celtic said this. Sky News said this morning that I don't think they're hoping that Forest are just put off, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Motherwell let them go cheaper elsewhere, telling us most clubs are scamming of us. I don't think that deal will happen. We will keep an eye on that. Whoa. Translation. Now, this is one that it looks like Matt O'Reilly might be on the move today, so Celtic will get even more cash for Matt O'Reilly. It's looking like that Matt O'Reilly may be on the move today also. So that is an interesting one. I wonder what the sell-on clause is for Matt O'Reilly. Interesting. Changing every minute. Let's just do an update here. Yeah, more money for the board to hoard. Don't understand Martin, a guy in our league scoring for fun, and he's paying for a striker who's scored 3 goals. It is a weird one, isn't it? Considering Martin and Fozzie went and looked at the Motherwell guy in person. I don't know. They maybe think that I don't know. They maybe think he's not got the ability to improve as a player. I mean, that's what you're having to look at, whether he can improve as a player. Matt O'Reilly deserves better. Just sign the guy subject to medical so we can get it done today. Yeah, he's going back to Brighton, maybe a bid from elsewhere. We've not backed 17 million for Engels. That is insane. Yeah, it is crazy that we've not backed 17 million for Engels. But will they come? That was an improved offer. Remember, they did offer 11 million pounds during the game last night, yesterday afternoon, sorry, and Celtic have agreed a couple of other deals since then. Deadline is at 11 p.m. Scotland tonight. 9 hours, 56 minutes left until the end of the deadline. Will Celtic get all their deals done early on? And just got to get this one up on the screen. Where are the people that saying 11 million for Arne Engels was far too much? Far too much. Let's jump back into some of the comments. Let's just double check the Forest up to 20 million. Do you think that they'll go to 20 million? I still don't think Celtic will sign them. I don't think that Celtic, if they do up it to 20 million, I don't think that Celtic will sell them.
Manchester City's made 6 appearances this season. You know, a lot off the bench. He actually played in the Derby defeat, which not a lot of people remember.
Forest expected to make improved offer for Engels.
Championship. He's already played in the Prem. He's played under Pep.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
It's
that
coming up on Sky News that Celtic have rejected an improved offer of 17.3 million for Arnie Engels. We'll wait and see if that does go through. Our deadline is 11 p.m. tonight. The deadline in England is 7 p.m. The deadline in Scotland is 11 p.m. Jesus, well, why? It's typical Sky, isn't it? They've got a countdown timer up until 7 p.m. tonight.
And this is a position which they need covering right now. Would they not be pushing?
Could rise between now and, well, they've got until 7 o'clock, Nottingham Forest. So that'll be an interesting one because we'll know by 6 o'clock at the latest. Once it gets to 5 o'clock, you know, Celtic have got a couple of hours now to try and fend it off. It's going to be an interesting day. Exactly. Smoke, he's still worth 17 million because of his performances. I'm just reading. Does no one want Dies Maeda? Bernardo would step into the starting 11 if Engels does go, possibly for the right price. 20 million will be the board's magic number. 20 million and going into the European game on the last day of the transfer window is sabotage by the board. It's no aspirations to go any further in the Europa, and that will be heartbreaking to Martin O'Neill. I don't think that Martin O'Neill would allow a player of Arnie Engels' quality to go before that European game. Sean Maloney, Mark Fotheringham, Fozzie will be like, no, we need him for that game. You know, if he plays well in that game, you could be selling him for 25 million plus in the summer. You know, he could go for the similar amounts of money to what Matt O'Reilly went and Jota went. For me, I think that you keep the player, but we just need to tell Forrest just to fuck. Bernardo couldn't lace Engels' boots. Some interesting comments. If Engels does go for 20, spend 10 on the Bodo striker. I don't even think. I mean, would you spend that on it? Would you just not go and get the guy from Motherwell? Martin O'Neill said no to Engels leaving. It would be disrespectful. Celtic finally allow it to go. Yeah. Martin O'Neill said last night, yesterday after the game, that we wouldn't sell him unless it was 100 million. And then the board would come. Chris, coming in from Australia, says we could end up playing Forest in the Europa. Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine that? Celtics, we do get through the next round, having sold Arnie Engels. We get through by the hook or crook, and then we end up playing Arnie. No, it wouldn't be cup tied. And then end up playing Arnie Engels with Nottingham Forest, and then Arnie Engels scores the winner. Celtic fans would be coming on and say that he was all sorts of snake for leaving us. Sky Sports breaking news. Just give me this one. I've done that one. Let's just keep an update on breaking 1 minute ago. Oh wow, Aberdeen have just lost a player. Sunderland have just recalled a player from Aberdeen. It looks like he's about to be sold. That's that storm coming in, by the way. Fuck me, no another one. He's a break for these storms. That'll be a bit of a blow to Aberdeen. Aberdeen did have an option to buy the player, but Schalke are working on a deal to sign the Sunderland attacking midfield player. A deal. That's a hard one for Aberdeen to take, got to say. But anyway, let's get in a little bit of this just to whet your appetite for Celtic
Kirsty, sorry for cutting Kirsty off there, but we do have breaking news. Celtic have agreed a loan deal for Freiburg forward Junior Adamu. It's understood the clubs are still discussing details around this potential option to buy clause. So it's to buy clause that they're discussing, but he's an Austrian international. He is in the UK. He's due to undergo a medical. Celtic have agreed this loan deal. Just a few bits to iron out, but I might as well put you on the spot. Kevin, what do we know about him? Why would he be a good signing?
I think he could be. If you look at the guy that was at Salzburg and played in the Champions League, you thought, wow, this is a real rising star. And when he made the move to Germany, to Freiburg, that looked like a coup at the time. But he had an injury to start with. That made for a bit of a false start. He's had some good spells where he scored goals and you thought, now he's going to make that breakthrough. He's going to be consistent. Hasn't quite happened for him. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper in that regard, but there's potential there.
OK, thank you very much.
Potential there for Celtic to improve the player. And I wonder if we can get this deal for the option to buy. It does say that we're in a better place than we were previous windows, for definite. Let me just see if there's anything else regarding Celtic. I mean, is he potentially better? I mean, you've got to ask, is the player better than... You call it a storm, you call it usual Glasgow weather. Now, the way that the beaches were ripped up here last week, it is, yeah. Anyway, Blackburn made a bid million of 1.5 million yesterday. It's not going to happen. Has to be something in it for Celtic to go and get this Junior Adamu rather than the Motherwell player. Oh, there's news from Motherwell. Let me just get this one.
Good morning. Well, there's plenty of names to be keeping an eye on. And we just heard from James at
No, it's Wolves. Sorry, it's not Motherwell. It's Wolves. It's Wolves. Martin O'Neill signs anyone, I'll trust him. Yeah, definitely. You know, people said that Adam Ida was dug meat, and Adam Ida went on to score 29 goals at his year and a half at Celtic. And this is what this, do you know, this it is crazy because I mean, Adam Ida was slated when he came into Celtic, told that it wasn't good enough. A lot of Celtic fans saying that he was only worth 3 million. He went on to score 9 goals in half a season on loan. He then went to score a further 20 goals in the next season, and that was a player that was playing second fiddle to Kyogo Furuhashi. He was then sold by Celtic at a loss, but I don't think that is... Sky are probably trying to find Motherwell on the map. Ay, ay, ay. I'm loving Liam on the channel this morning. I'll just see one of these comments. Junior Adamu scored against Chelsea twice in the Champions League. There's an interesting one. And then a couple of comments before, he's dug meat. He's absolute dug meat. I watched him on YouTube. He's dug meat. We won't be able to let Welsh go until we sign a centre back. Yep, Celtic are working on a centre back. There is no rumours going around at the moment, though. There's no speculation on a centre back that we are trying to sign, which is a little bit weird.
Heading there, and what happened with him out in France?
I would think that it's game time in the Premier League, visibility in the Premier League, the chance to show that he can do it at that level. Marseille's been a bit of an enigma. He's had some really good performances, and Roberto De Zerbi, the coach, was very positive about him. But what we know about De Zerbi is he has very high standards. And if you
nothing about Celtic as yet. Right, let me do a little bit of an update. Let's just double check. Junior Adamu is better through quote people. To be fair, I'd trust what Sean Maloney says with regards to players more than people online, to be fair. Trying to see this Motherwell stuff, but he scored 18 goals this season. Tawanda, you know what I mean? And you're thinking, why are Celtic not making the move for him? See if there's any update. Thing is, you've got another club in Scotland looking over, thinking 3 million quid. Belgian Giants have made contact with Motherwell over Tawanda. Surely, if it's only 3 million quid, Celtic make the phone call. But would that make us top heavy? Blackburn Rovers are sneaking about as well. Celtic, just make the call. 18 goals. I mean, if he scored 18 goals this season, how many would he score at Celtic? And Celtic need goals. You know, we need goal scorers. Nottingham Forest. Wait a minute.
Is arriving in so much style as somebody over the skies of Nottingham this morning, because above the training ground somebody is parachuting above the skies right now, and Nottingham Forest are going to have to parachute somebody in today because they are desperate to get a centre midfielder in between now and the end of the window. Now, they've been in for Arne Engels. Yesterday they submitted a bid of around £14 million. That was quickly rejected. This morning, an offer of just over £17 million, again rejected by Celtic, who hope that is the end of the matter. Centre midfielders they've been targeting over the last week. They went in for Yassin Ayari from Brighton. That got rejected. They went in for Davide Fratesi from Inter. That move didn't work out either. Now, obviously, Engels has hit a stumbling block as well. So, again, they're going to have to cast their net wide to try and find another player to come in and replace Douglas Luiz, the loanee who left earlier during this window as well. Now, that's one position they want to sort out. Another is at left back. Robin Gosens, the Fiorentina player, said no to Nottingham Forest last night as well. So, again, another position that Sean Dyche wants to strengthen between now and 7 o'clock. And again, it means Forest are going through their options, trying to figure out who they want to bring in. They wouldn't mind a forward as well. But centre midfield, left back, that's the priority. At the moment, though, they're being a little bit frustrated.
Oh,
There we go. As long as Celtic do keep them frustrated, it's going to be an interesting 5 or 6 hours. That's to say the least. Right, how long have we been on? 49 minutes. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. See if there's Celtic do put in an official announcement out. Let's check out Celtic. Nothing since yesterday, 19 minutes ago. Sliding into a new week, said Celtic. That's all that Celtic have posted this morning. sliding into a new week. Let's see what some of the comments say. Nothing like a bit of Twitter in the morning. Just to get you all excited for the day ahead. Oh man, it does keep you. The Twitter's the land of the mad. Announce some signings pronto. New signing. Announce signings. Do not post again. Oh man, absolute. Twitter is an absolute scream for people having opinions. And the talk. I always love Twitter because people speak in a language that they would never speak in person. It's funny as anything. But anyway, we move on. Right. Celtic duo undergo medical. We are just waiting on Celtic doing the old done deal headline. This is about Celtic.
Trusting the manager and what he sees in there and where he wants to strengthen. Obviously, they're going to have the love from Celtic in the midfield. They want to strengthen there. They want someone to play on the left back. But for me, given it's all saying now the way football's gone, they have their own opinions.
Brighton reach an agreement with Marseille for Matt O'Reilly to return. I wonder if Matt O'Reilly is about to be sold. It's an interesting one. Right, that is me for the... Nope. Notification just came through. 1 minute. There is no option to buy. Interesting, because this is the player that Celtic were after. Celtic have been linked with throughout the window. Stoke City have agreed a deal for Crystal Palace winger. The 23-year-old had been attracting interest from Celtic. There is no option to buy, no obligation to buy. Interesting. Maybe that's why Celtic didn't want to go down that deal, because there wasn't going to be an option or an obligation to buy. Celtic agree the loan signing. No, that one, there's nothing new. I'm trying to find out. There's nothing about a defender. We know that Celtic have got these striker and a winger coming in, and there's possibility of another winger coming in. But Celtic have to be working in the background on a defender, or we're going to be left with Stephen Welsh at the club. Or are Celtic using Stephen Welsh? I mean, we're still going to have to bring a defender in anyway, because we'll let Jamal Simpson-Pouzy go at the beginning of the window. We still need to bring a defender in if we're going to use Stephen Welsh as part of a deal to Motherwell. Anyway. Right, that has been done and dusted for this morning. I will be back on in a couple of hours because Celtic need players in. I still think that we need a defensive midfield player. I still think that we need at least one defender. And we're also looking at other players to leave the club. I wonder what players, because there's been absolutely no talk at all about what players could leave the club today. Players will be at Celtic Park right now. Will some of the players that are at Celtic Park today be having their final training session? And I wonder if Dyson Maeda will have emptied his locker. On that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.